I guess. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. For some reason, I've been listening to politics again. I had stopped for a little while because I don't know. I felt some kind of way. I began taking hydrogen peroxide again, and I don't know. I just started listening to my house and trance music more. I made flash drives for that. What I mean is, um, I just made a bank of music I like that I can play on my radio, my truck. Um, so I started listening to Chris Edge this afternoon, some of his long stuff. And it got me listening to Michael Brooks and stuff, and it hit me again just how much we lost him. I still miss him. And I still really care about his legacy and his memory. We really lost a great one. We really did. And listen to Daniel Bessner, people he brought on there, and that's really what Michael Brooks would want is for you to take the people he looked like Harvey K, take people like that, and run with them. That is Michael Brooks' true legacy: is to take the things that he cared about, the people Lula Libre, people, things like that, and run with them and put them up. Not him, put the things he cared about the most. Some of the things I don't care about, he cared about. You know, Daniel Bessner is talking about climate change and how for us to do something about climate change, it have to be a true international movement, which is what I agree with. I agree with that. He talked about how we would need. We just need international solidarity to get rid of some of these bases and start cranking things down. And that's what I think Bernie would have been. He would have been putting the empire to sleep, whereas Trump just ramped the empire up. This nihilistic, fascistic nationalism, authoritarianism. That's what he did. Now a lot of people don't trust America, nor should they. I think that if we have pandemics and we have crises in the future, a lot of the world won't trust America, nor should they. And I think we're in a different era, if you will, a much different era than we were just a few 5-10 years ago with Obama. Anyway, they made an analogy. Daniel Bessner did to Snowpiercer that Joe Biden could do what they did and make snow all over the world. And I was at a loss. I don't watch Western entertainment for the most part. American. I don't watch Hollywood. I mean, there's a few movies in the last 4 or 5 years that I mentioned Elysium. That's a good one, and Geostorm, Ecostorm. That really good stuff. That's the world that I see. Unfortunately, nothing will be done about climate change. In my opinion, nothing will be done. Nothing that I believe will happen. That's just real talk. And I don't know. It's almost, it's also the fact to put propaganda in the movies too. You have to pick here and there what you watch, what you spend your money on. But for me, I just don't have any hope we can fix the American empire. It has to fall. It has to collapse. The dollar has to collapse. I know that's bad. What I'm talking about would hurt me, obviously. It's another reason why I can't understand having children. Like, we're in a pandemic. And I mean, I got to live around people, black people and Hispanics, who, that's what they do. They want to go out and have 20, 30 kids. My friend Denzel's like, they want to have 20, 30 kids. And I'm like, dude, I'm watching wildfires in Siberia. I'm watching bomber-type storms in the middle of nowhere. That's not supposed to happen, but on the coast. I watched the storm that hit Houston, Harvey, where they got 10% of the rain they get in a given year in a matter of hours. Do I need to explain to you what this means? It's like if we're in a gang war and everybody around you is getting killed, and all your businesses are starting getting burned down. Like policemen who are on the take are being killed in broad daylight. Like this, do you understand like what's happening right now? That this is the beginning of the end for you. That this like there's nothing good from this. This isn't like, well, I'm broke. No, like, bro, this is the end of industries. I've talked about this. There's no more of a need for this huge base of unskilled workers. And that goes back to the class discussion of how a lot of these black men that are killed, what they are. You know, let's be honest. That's really what they are. These are people who there's no need for them. I mean, don't get it twisted. There've been some famous black men grabbed up and and slammed and all that, but a lot of these guys killed. These are people who have no future. George Floyd, Eric Garner, the brother that died. These are people who have no future. And I'm not saying that people think George Floyd was on drugs. Yeah, but you're not getting it. This guy lost his job and he caught COVID-19. Like, you don't get it. Like, this dude caught hell. And you just think he's supposed to just, you know what I mean? Like, people fall short. That doesn't mean he deserves to die. He wasn't like, I'm waging a one-man army against the police. No, he just fucked up and got caught up. He didn't deserve to die. And that's the frustration, is that George Floyd could have been any of us. Because we're living in a collapsing, crumbling system. These cities we live in do not have the infrastructure you once had. You go out and get a job, or you used to, where you could take care of a family. You don't have that. I just know I don't want to derail this, but I don't understand this joy to have children in a crumbling world. I'm looking at these wildfires in California. I mean, I'm just like, do people not get it? And behind all of it, something I haven't talked about is we're probably going to have a world war pretty soon. These people are talking about a war with China. Everything I'm looking at, the American military, is looking like, because I mean the Marine Corps is getting rid of their tanks. Yeah, come on now. See, that's one thing about me. I mean, I don't trust the empire, but I do watch what the empire's military does, and I watch how they spend their money. That's something about me you learn. Yep. Is I watch how they spend their money, and I watch what the military's up to. Trump has talked about climate change is not real, but his pick for the head of the Pentagon, this is the top uniformed member of the U.S. military, believes in climate change. Not only believes in it, but he's got a paper out there talking about how they'll be able to deal with as far as military bases go. And the Republicans had a bill they put forward years ago asking the military to look at bases, how they'd be able to deal, going into the future. Like stronger storms, more flooding. How would they be able? I think like one of the storms, they had to fly, something in Florida, they had to fly out of jets to Italy or something. Yeah. So they believe in it. I believe that the border wall is something to do with climate change. I do. I've always believed that. People don't, They believe in climate change, but they believe in it as in we're going to use this, like in Geostorm, to go back to the 40s, to make America great again geopolitically. They don't look at it like, hey, let's do things to prevent this thing from getting any worse. A lot of folks are going to die. A lot of people out here are going to lose. And industries are going to close up forever. Certain areas won't be able to grow certain crops anymore. No, we're not going to deal with that. We'll just make ourselves where we're better able to deal with this new paradigm of climate change and hotter summers and wetter winters and all that stuff. It's important to watch what the military does. Well, it's important to watch what corporations, these billion-dollar corporations, do, because they look into the future. And the military is just riding shotgun with the industries anyway. Everybody knows that. That's what they do. So they spend all this money, these experts studying these things. When they make these statements, I take notice. I observe and I take notice. I just, like I said, I just realized that this empire must end. It is a threat to world peace, and this empire uh, doesn't care about human life. Doesn't care about who it harms. Doesn't care about the lives they ruin. Just doesn't. That's all there is to it. Peace.